Hey everyone, talking about what a Chypre is. When I first got into fragrance, and I would always see that term thrown around, I was so confused because whenever I would look it up or ask people, it would often just be like, it's something that has citrus in the top notes and oak moss in the base notes. I mean, that's true about Versace Eros. Like, that is true about so many things that are not Chypres. That's just such a huge variety of fragrances that could fall under that category. Granted, there's tons of Chypres out there, but not everything that has some citrus notes in the top and oak moss in the base is a Chypre. So to kind of give it still a very simple overview of it, but with a little bit more detail that could kind of make it clearer. Yes, definitely citrus in the opening. It's typically done in a very sharp, bitter, natural type of citrus way. So not so much that really like sunny, modern, very light lemon, type of thing, but more like really like maybe lemon if it is there. But yes, it's like very sharp, very bitter, kind of natural citrus smelling. The middle phase typically, or the middle notes typically, are more like sort of old school florals, often like jasmine, rose, lang lang. Does not mean feminine leaning. I would say Chypres are often masculine leaning, but they can be unisex. There can be some more feminine leaning ones too. And yeah, so that's kind of like now you have the really kind of bitter, fresh, natural, sharp citrus going into some sort of thick, old school florals. And then in the base, sort of dirty, earthy green oak moss. There's different ways they can be done. Like some are going to be more green smelling than others, and some are going to have more woods or more labdanum or other stuff. But again, essentially breaking it down, sharp citrus opening, kind of thick floral mid, and very pungent to me sometimes, like very thick sort of oak moss, which it doesn't just smell like, oh, not if you haven't, you're not familiar with oak moss, it doesn't just smell like, oh, like fresh nature tree moss. Like it's very much kind of dirtier and earthier than that usually. So yeah, hope that was a little bit helpful to anybody who's like I was a while back, where it was just like, can someone actually tell me what this is in a way that doesn't just say it has citrus and oak moss? And yeah, I am not a fan of Sheepers because I don't like oak moss. Sometimes I'll like ones that they're called that, I guess, but for the most part, they're not for me. But yeah, it's definitely worth trying some stuff out there, especially stuff that has Chypre in the name. I'm going to put together a collection at some point of ones that I recommend trying as sort of examples of it so that you can try and be like, oh, that's what it smells like. And then you know not to spend your money ever again on any if you don't like it. Or on the other hand, if you do like it, then you can kind of explore that area more. So if I have those up, I'll link those in the description. But other than that, I recommend trying to find samples of some that do have like Chypre in the name, because there's quite a few of that, and finding out kind of how you feel about them.